You just couldn't make this month easy on me, could you? You just couldn't do it, huh? Okay, welcome to one of the most confounding, confusing, befuddling, however you want to describe it, kind of months in a very long time. Believe it or not, the market is actually on fire right now, but most of the numbers we're about to discuss tell a different story. Let's see. Mortgage rates came down to its lowest amount in 8 months. Then Uncle Powell came out and said the Fed won't be cutting rates anytime soon, so mortgage rates went up. Then last week, the jobs report came in stronger than expected, so rates went up again. And now we're back over 7%. Meanwhile, after I got criticized months ago for stating that rates could drop below 6% this year, Fannie Mae reversed their course and effectively backed up my statement by saying the exact same thing last month. Let's see. Remember back in August when I made this video stating that Las Vegas has killed short-term rentals and it was time to reverse course ASAP? Well, apparently one investor didn't watch my video because this gentleman was fined $180,000 for operating without a license for 90 days. Even my housekeeper's client, who runs an Airbnb, she received a fine for $40,000 for the same offense. And we haven't even discussed last month's metrics yet. So buckle up, folks. There's a lot to discuss and even more to explain. Okay, first up, let's check out last month's sales. Last month, we sold 1,263 homes. This was an 11% increase over last month's sales. Now look, that's great that we beat last year, but last January was one of the worst months of sales in well over a decade. It would kind of be like Trump bragging that he's 3 years younger than Biden. In both cases, you're not really saying much. Considering how abysmal last year's sales came in, I'm all but certain that we'll be having this exact same conversation for each of the next 11 months. So just be careful when the media starts talking about soaring sales over last year. I'd say that it's basically inherent at this point. Next, with higher sales, surely that means higher median prices, right? On the screen now, you can see that the median price actually plummeted by over $7,000 last month to land at $440,000. I know. I had to run the numbers multiple times before I believed this myself. That's the largest monthly drop in value since October of 22. Despite the massive decline, this puts us about 5% over the median price last January, though. So if prices are falling, that clearly means that inventory must be starting to pile up. Nope. On the screen now, you can see that we lost about 10% of our inventory just last month. We landed on only about 3,400 homes. Even with sales being half of what they normally are, this puts us at less than a 3-month supply of homes. But wait, there's more. Now that we've seen what happened last month, let's see where we currently stand. For that, we look at housing absorption by price range. Now, this metric shows us how competitive different price ranges are actually performing. The entry-level buyer in Summerlin is likely going to have a much different experience versus, say, a luxury home buyer in Green Valley. So let's see how much, if anything, has changed here in the past month. So first up is the bulk of our market, homes priced between $250,000 and $500,000. This category alone tells you everything you need to know. We skyrocketed from 37% saturation to 46%, meaning almost half of the homes on the market right now are already in escrow with an accepted offer. Consider the fact that this exact same time last year, that number was 24. Keeping it simple, the market is quite literally twice as competitive right now than it was a year ago. Next, we have 500 to 750. This too increased from 29% to 38%, another 9% swing in just 1 month. Okay, let's talk 750 to 1 million. This jumped 9% as well, from 24% to 33%. All right, maybe the rich folks are being a little more patient out there. Yeah, all right, about that. 1 million to 1.5 million. This segment caught fire with a 12% increase from 20 to 32%. Finally, we have the ultra luxury market of over 1.5 million. With only 434 homes on the market, this still increased from 18% to 20%. Overall, the entire market went from 32% saturation to 40% in just 1 month. So let me guess, right? Right about now you're thinking, where the heck are you going with this, Bryan? Well, follow me as I attempt to make a complicated situation understandably complicated. Now, the first principle to understand here is that the data or analytics that you see in the news reflect the past. Both sales and median price are actually a reflection of the market 30 to 45 days ago. For those of you that watch me, remember 2 months ago in my December video, I was telling buyers to jump in before the bidding wars and higher prices come around. Here's my exact words in that December video. Now, if you don't even own a property, and especially if you're on the lower end of the market, I'd advise to jump in right now. The market is slow. I've seen plenty of deals, and you can still negotiate favorable terms such as seller paying closing costs. Now, if you wait like everyone else, not only will you pay more for that property, but you'll likely have no room to negotiate and be bidding against multiple buyers. I try to tell you, the truth here is this. December was still pretty quiet. You could still get some great deals out there, but last month was absolutely insane. I'm telling you, insane. I wrote about 10 offers on properties and walked away from about the same amount of offers for various other reasons. Now, out of the 10 or so offers I wrote, all but one had multiple offers on the property. Seriously, all but one. Here's my favorite. A former client called me to show them this home. It's one of the most popular floor plans I've ever encountered. Well, the home was nice, but priced at just over $1.6 million. Meanwhile, a much nicer home right down the street with the exact same floor plan was under contract with an asking price $75,000 less. I told my clients the market was going crazy, and while the house that they liked appeared about like $100,000 overpriced, if not more, I also wouldn't be surprised if someone else came in with like a list price offer. Sure enough, before my clients could even act, a list price cash offer came in. Like, whoa, that was pretty nuts. The following week, that nicer home that was priced $75,000 cheaper wound up closing with a cash buyer, forget this, $220,000 over the list price. You heard me, $220,000 over list price. Even worse, there were multiple buyers willing to pay over list price. Suffice to say, there's likely going to be a massive disconnect this very month on what may be reported in the media based on that old data. It's not a lie to report that sales are off 50% from the norm and that the median price has plummeted. Sure, you can run that story, but the real story is the fact that inventory is non-existent, not likely to increase dramatically anytime soon, demand is through the roof, and if you don't write an offer pretty much right at list price and immediately, your chances of success are very dismal. Right now, any property that's in decent condition, in a decent location, and priced reasonably is likely to have multiple offers and sell for list price or potentially above that list price. It's a moment of absolute shock to most buyers right now when they realize that not only are there no deals out there, but in fact it's an absolute seller's market right now as well. Now, it's possible that this could be just a little rush on the market post-holidays. But I don't think so. You will see rates decline in the forthcoming months. You will. But more importantly, what people are missing is the fact that we have about a 2-year backlog of buyers who put off purchasing due to declining values in 2022 and sky-high rates last year. So we have a strong demand out there, but we have no supply. How do you create supply? Well, you have to motivate people to sell their homes, right? If you get my weekly newsletter, you know that I highlighted a great article by CNN Business about the various reasons boomers aren't moving out of their large homes. I'll post a link to it in the description below because it's actually a really insightful and great article. Suffice to say, they're not going anywhere. Meanwhile, Las Vegas is currently number 1 on the list of cities that people are looking to move to. So put it this way. If I sell my home, I have to live somewhere. So unless I sell my home and move out of state or just rent, I'm simply going to consume another home here in Las Vegas for a net zero sum game. But with 2 people moving here for each person selling their home, it doesn't look like our inventory has much of a chance of increasing too much. Now, combine those metrics with a substantial rate drop on the horizon, and we create more demand and more serious issues. We normally sell around 3,000 homes a month by the time March and April come around. Right now, that would almost completely eliminate our entire inventory. We literally cannot afford to have a typical March or April, or we won't have any resale homes at all. So if we have multiple offers right now and over list price closings coming to us this month, you can bet that March and April are going to be completely and utterly insane. So yes, while sales look crappy and the median price looks like it's on the decline, take that as a blessing in disguise if you're a buyer, because the numbers are absolutely deceptive, as any current buyer already knows. But yes, I would 100% do my very best to find a property as quickly as possible if I'm looking to purchase right now. It's already rough out there, and in a few months, you'll simply be considered lucky to get your hands on a property. Now, if you're looking to sell, I think the time is on your side. It's a tad bit early if you can wait. Come May, you're going to have a legion of buyers ready, willing, and able to give you whatever price and terms you want after they've been rejected multiple times. Well, that's it for this month, guys. I hope I was able to make some sense out of that madness for you. Like always, I've got some pretty exciting property tours coming your way in February, so please like the video as it really does help the channel, and be sure to share and subscribe. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Deuces.